Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. Of course, I am your host, DBoss, and I just want to thank the people who have been doing their nicely 15 minutes of laughing or more. And, for the ones who haven't been doing it, well, you're going to hear about it. And it's 15 minutes to laughing or more. And, preferably if you could do more is better than less. And it helps reduce, there's so many health benefits to laughing. It helps reduce high blood pressure. It also tones your abs. It also makes you feel better. It also heals your body. It also helps you warm up for if you have any speaking engagements or anything that you're going to be using your vocal cords for, and also keeps you youthful. So don't tell me that you don't have anybody that you can laugh with, because you can always call somebody. You can also watch something funny on the streaming. And also, this is for all ages can do it. It's not just limited to only a certain amount of, an age group. Everybody can do it, and it's going to hurt if you laugh for a little bit more than, 15 minutes and stuff. But that's okay, because that's releasing all those endorphins in your body and all the other stuff that's there. So, that all the bad's coming out and all the good's going to come in. All right. So, we're going to hear something from one of our sponsors, Vital Steps to Vital Better Health and Fitness. And then we're going to come back. We got a different kind of thing going on here today, and a different kind of festival. And different is good, because we like to highlight. We're going to find out all about this breakdancing musician artist kind of festival. But we'll get right into it after we hear one word from the sponsor.
Welcome to your Vital Steps to Better Health and Fitness. I'm Joanne James. Today we're going to talk about working out when you have a cold. I get that question quite frequently. Is it a good idea to work out when I have the cold? Well, if you have sniffles, maybe a runny nose, maybe not so bad. You don't want to work out intensely. However, if you have chills and a fever, stay home, take care of your body. Now, when you're exercising, if you have a cold, make sure that you don't work out too intensely. Stay from a basic to moderate intensity workout. And again, if you do have a flu or if you have the chills, don't work out at home. And if you're going to work out, try not to go into a gym or a club to do this. All you're going to do is pass your germs around. So remember, if you have a cold, take your time, let your body heal, then go back to working out at your full intensity when you're ready. I'm Joanne James. This has been your Vital Steps to Better Health and Fitness. We'll see you later.
Well, thank you, Joanne James, for that. A lot of people ask that question, should I work out when I have a cold? Well, she just gave you the answer. So, and what not to do. But today we got somebody that they're doing, it's a JOAT International Street Dance Festival. And it seems like it's a mixture of all kinds of things and all different activities. But today we have the founder, the CEO, the owner, and he's also an entertainer also. So we're going to find out about the journeys he's had, what hiccups, why you want to start this festival, and all the above. So let's get right into it with HYA.
Hello.
We got HYA. HYA. We don't know how you got HYA, but we're gonna find out. It's a nice name. So how did you come up with HYA?
HYA, basically, it's an acronym for my first and last name. So my name is Andy Yacinthe, but the H is silent in French. So I'm Haitian descent, French descent. So it's an acronym for my name, and also it's just it's me having this ethos of always trying to reach bigger heights. I'm really an overachiever, a person that's always trying to push forward for new things, trying to accomplish certain things. I think it's just a trait of character that I have, and this reflects how I move, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you're Haitian born or Haitian descent?
Haitian descent. I'm born in Montreal, but I'm very
Okay.
close
Okay, you're from
close to my
cultural
Haitian
background.
culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I speak fluently.
Well, it's out there. It's good to know that. So you're in Montreal. So what made you want to start this the JOAT International Film Festival?
Well, I started JOAT Street Dance Festival. Well, first it started as a battle. It was a popping battle. So when we talk about street dance, just to put in context, we are talking about dances, folkloric dances from Black American culture. And those different dances move differently, or done on different music. They're done in different area in the United States, or we're born in different areas in the United States, and also comes from different times. Some certain street dance styles came up in the late 60s, others in the early 70s, and so forth and so on. So that's the festival. Now, the reason why I did that is 10 years ago, I'm more of a popper. So that's the dance that I do, popping boogaloo, that comes from California. And I wanted to create a dance battle, a dance event that regrouped a lot of people, that inspired a lot of people. And from the first event, it inspired not only the local community but also the national and even international. A few years after that, by the time that it was 2017, we did some pre-selections. Pre-selection battles means that it's a competition where the winner is sent to the main event. So we did pre-selection battles in Singapore, in Taiwan, in India, in Japan, in the UK, in the States, and also in Vancouver. And then from there, 2016 became a festival, kept growing. And the idea of it being a festival is I wanted to celebrate street dance in the 360 degrees. So to track back, first it was a popping battle. From a popping battle, it became a broad street dance festival or event that celebrates different street dance styles. So we have breaking, we have hip hop, we have popping, we have locking this year, we have crump. So we have different type of propositions coming from different street dance styles across the United States. And yeah, and the goal was to have this full experience of street dance culture, because I feel that yes, there's the dancing part, but also there's the music that comes with that. There's the fashion, there's the visual art. There's so many things that come with it within that culture.
All right. So why call it JOAT? Is it an acronym for something?
Exactly the same way my first name is an acronym. It's an acronym for something. As a popper, because I was dancing, popping, and battling a lot. I was doing a lot of competitions abroad too. I went abroad a lot, and through that, to this way of dancing, I've always had the mentality of a jack of all trades. So somebody that kind of mixes different styles, different things within his own personal style. That's a name that was given to me by a good friend of mine back in 2006, and it kept within the idea of how I wanted to dance. And from there, me dancing as a jack of all trades within the popping dance, I've decided to create an event that kind of resembled the way that I was thinking.
All right. Well, the first people thought was the goat. I guess you get that too, right? Why are we naming that trendy thing goat?
Greatest of all time.
Well, hey, hey, we're putting it out there. It can be. So you like to dance,
Mhm.
obviously. So how long? So what inspired you to like get into this and say, you know what, I'm going to do this? Was anybody in your family, or you just said, I'm
Yeah,
going to do it?
I mean, Black culture, right? So there's that, and specifically Caribbean culture, and even more specific Haitian culture. My mother was in the company called Bakulu, which was a Haitian folklore company. She
Mhm.
traveled a bit in her younger days, in 70s, late 70s. She was traveling with dance. So when I came about, she wasn't dancing as much. She wasn't dancing professionally at all. It was more like recreative. But within that, I would either go to a practice room or the basement of her friend, and I would see them do those Haitian folklore dance, like have drums, have different instrument, and doing like uh, Haitian folklore dance, like Yanvalou, Petro, Banda, what else? Congo, like this different like folklore dances that I would see. So that was already an influence in a way that I kind of regret that I didn't do the dance styles or that dance style specifically, but it automatically broke the idea of not using your body to express yourself. For me, it was just common and normal to express through movement. There was no shyness in that. There was no like resistance to that idea. And then on top of that, then my older brother was a boogie boy, so it's kind of like a popper, kind of like what I do within a breaking crew that was called Illusion Breakers. And I was influenced by my older brother and his friends too. So my mother, my older brother, all of that became an influence. So it
So
two
what's
two
a
together.
boogie? A boogie boy?
A boogie boy.
All these
Yeah, I
different
mean,
terms at home.
I
I
know,
don't know
I
any of that.
know, I know. I mean, they can Google quickly like popping dance, boogie boying. Let's
Okay.
just say it's something that's like kind of sister or brother to popping dance.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, my brother was a strong influence into me wanting to dance, me drawing because he was sketching a lot, writing rhymes. Like I was really inspired by what the artistic practice that my brother had, and I'm a continuation of those two people. There are two most important people in my life. You know what I mean? Like those are people that gave me the gift of artistry.
Okay. All right. So, you know, what okay, so you have obviously have to have a goal what you're doing in this. So, is your goal so what is your goal to be on in mainstream like performing with like, maybe like Beyonce, Tyler, these guys on stage like what
Yeah.
kind of goal do you have?
Well, at first, the goals are different. Like now, the goal is totally different. But if I were to go chronologically, at first, for me, dancing was simply a way for me to manifest my existence. You know, it was just a way for me to empower myself. You know, and for me, it was very important to have that. You know, it was everything for me. Then it became something that was more competitive. You know, the dream of a teenager is to be the best. You know, that's what you have as a dream. And then later on in my 20s, it was more to have a career, really a career with that, and it took time. And then eventually, I had a career both in local commercial stuff, but also a lot in the international street dance circuit, and that was one of my goals. So I had that, and where I'm at right now, it's uh, also I was a teacher. I was teaching a lot, and I gave back a lot to my community. But I'm in a place where coming back full circle, like I want to inspire the next generation that is coming up, and I want to be a facilitator for my local community, for the national community, and also for the international community. Um, it's to just give opportunities. Like I'm often on, like I just came back from a video photo shoot that we did for our merch, and I'm giving opportunities. I'm like, oh, this dancer, you have a lot of talent. I would like to put you in this project. And that dancer, it's like I'm really geared in that aspect of wanting to be a facilitator, to a curator, somebody that gives back to the community and bring everybody up.
All right. So when you practice, I guess you have to have a whole room or a basement.
It-
We're doing no, but you have to think about those things. Like someone couldn't really do
yeah,
that if they're in a small, little place, and they have to.
yeah,
So where do
yeah.
you practice? You have like a whole room dedicated, or what do you
Oh,
do?
I have different spaces. I mean, I know the ecosystem of dance so much, and also with the notoriety that I have, I can have access to any studio. Well, any studio. Some studios that I know. You know, not any
Okay.
studios, but there's at least I have at least 5 or 6 studios that I know for a fact that I'll be like, hey, can I practice? And
Because if you
they'll
got to
be
do a backflip or something,
like,
or some kind of spinning out and all that, next thing you spin down the table.
yeah,
So
I
what
don't
would
think
you?
about that.
So what kind of advice would you give people who want to come into the competition? Like how would they even approach you to get involved in it?
Mm. I think the advice I would say is try to look for mentors. Trying to look for mentors. Trying to
Okay.
look for also check out for people's character in the idea of finding mentors that are about some about the authenticity, tradition, also innovation. I think innovation is important, but that are still rooted. It's like a tree. It's like they're going up with the innovation, but they are strongly rooted into tradition because those are traditional dances. Those are folklore, and knowing
Okay.
so, it's just like trying to stay connected, trying to learn a bit about their history, trying to learn about why this movement came about, like why poppy came about. Okay, cool. This whole boogaloo culture that started in Oakland while there was the civil rights movement, in the 60s. So you okay to understand that, or why did whacking came about? It's the LGBTQ community. Okay, why did the breaking came out? Oh, that's the Bronx and 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 the difficulty, the socio-economical difficulty that was happening at that time in that area. It's just to understand, the polarity of how the dance came about. Because I feel that just nourishes your artistic practice and it gives you more ideas. Not more ideas, but more. That's not the right word. I wouldn't say more ideas. It'll be more
Creativity.
uh, more relatable content of
Okay.
into your artistry, not content as like creating content, more like, okay, I understand context and content of like, I know why I'm doing this. I understand why this came about. And now I'm standing on the shoulders of this and I have a responsibility. Boom. I feel all of that nourishes. That's even before doing your first move. It's like, all right, cool. Just trying to understand what you're getting yourself into, and then you treat it with so much respect and integrity that it will give you back tenfold.
Okay. So do you guys get approached for them like the movies and different things because you guys could do like stunts,
Mhm, mhm.
stunt people because things that you go that they don't do. Okay, we need you to spin out for this thing to make it look like we hit into something. But
Mhm.
these are things that you think right when you think about it. So do you guys get approached a lot for those kind of things?
There's I've done some commercial gigs for sure, but it depends on the dance style because a lot of the
Okay.
acrobatics are more relatable to the breaking dance, not break dance, because break dance is not the term. That was a term that
Okay.
was commercialized by a news reporter in the 80s, but at the core, the dance is called breaking. So breaking itself is like the spinning, and I mean it's more than spinning. There's a lot of rhythms, there's footwork, there's top
Yeah.
rock, there's a lot of dance, but also there's the whole acrobatic and spinning part. But that's one of the many street dances. For example, popping would be something that's more like robotic, illusionary, having the sense that your body's being dissociated, and this hip hop is more of a groovy dance. So the different dance styles does not all those dance styles does not necessarily include acrobatics, but breaking does. Now, to talk about breaking, I know there is some b-boys that do get into stunt work. I know one specific b-boy from Montreal that lives in Vancouver now that does stunt work, and I know another b-boy from New York that does stunt work for different films and TV
Hmm.
shows. So the b-boys and b-girls are definitely geared, not more geared towards that kind of career, but more equipped for this type of career in terms of
Right.
like the ability. Yeah,
Because some people want to spin out on the ground and go on the ground. You guys are not.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, we're gonna let the guy that's doing the acting do that part
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you're accustomed because you know how to put your head, you know how to put your
Hmm.
arm, you know how to put your feet, you know how to put
Hmm.
your knees so that it doesn't get
Yeah,
scraped off or whatever. So
yeah,
those things are things. So it's just not like a career. Okay, yes, we're doing that type of dance, we're doing that type of
yeah.
style. But where can you go in? Where can you go from in there? Yes, you get into the competitions and stuff, but like you really want to get to be performing behind these big singers that are coming out, entertainers, and you guys are also entertainers to get onto that level. So
Mm.
I would well this is what I would think that this is where you want to kind of go get your career to go because they're always looking for dancers, there's always looking for
Hmm.
people, they're always looking for those, and they what they'll do is they'll look for you guys.
Yeah, but actually, that to bounce off of that, the I think that there's different aven. I don't think I know for a fact that there's different avenues
Yes,
The commercial dancing for music artists avenue is one of the many avenues that are possible.
right.
Dancers that do that are often more dancers that are very potent and good
Flexible.
at uh well not necessarily flexible, but more like more very good with uh containing choreography, because if it's like on the spot you do an audition and you have a lot of choreography to learn, so
Yes.
they're really good with that. But in the many avenues that are possible, often most dancers are not going for the commercial side. They either go for a dance company and they do theater shows. They either go more into teaching jobs. They either
Yeah,
go
like
more for,
choreographing and a skit or something, right?
yeah, like that, either a choreographer, either working for theater as a dancer, either coaching, either competing, either creating their own artistry and being multidisciplinary artists. But it's only a canto in street dance in particular. After that, for other dance styles I can't
Oh,
speak,
okay.
but in street dance it's only a canto of street dancers that trying to aim for the commercial side, because there's a thing to be understood on the commercial side of dance that sometimes emulates street dance, is that there is sometimes a disparity where street dance does not always associate themselves with that, because there's been a history of the commercial side taking from the talent but not bringing up the talent to decision levels or directing levels, or so there's been a bit of an abuse sometime with the power disparity between the commercial side and street dance, in terms of like taking the talent or taking as much talent and putting in the forefront, but not giving the just due to the practice. So I think that later on with street dance, people decide to go more for their own companies and do their own thing
Or
compared
the
to
ones
people
that
trying
do these music videos, because a lot of them
to.
hire you guys to do, let's figure out a step for their music videos.
Indeed,
Those are not,
indeed.
they come to
Yeah.
you. There you go, do. Okay, and then you got to show the lead singer how to spin around
hmm
so
hmm
he can match all of you. You know what I mean? So people don't realize the importance. This is what I'm trying to is the importance of what you guys do. It's not taken lightly, because
Yeah.
it's something you just go out and you just, we gone to the club and we just you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah. You
that
know,
at all.
there's so there's so much work that's put in. It's like so many. It's a lot. Some street dancers are at the PhD or postdoctorate level in terms of like
Wow.
the time that they. I'm talking about in the time that they put to their craft. When I think of certain people, I'm like, yeah, they are. There's people that put so many hours in their craft. There's a lot of practice, a lot of research that is done, but of course, when it comes to a commercial side, we only see the tip of the iceberg. Well, the television and movies are going to represent something in a way
Hmm.
that is often a caricature of what it is, which is only the tip of the iceberg. But when you fully understand the spectrum of it, you realize like, okay, no, this is something that is very serious for a lot of people. There's a great community, there's a great network, like people dance
Yes.
all across the world, and also in terms of career, like I said, the majority of street dancers I feel are more they have their own thing. They build their own companies, they build their own studios, they build their own creative either company or become a director. They do their own thing, but they're not necessarily at the mercy of the commercial side, because the commercial side is you get a gig here, like there's this gig, but there's like two spots to be filled, but there's 200-300 dancers that are trying to get those two spots. Like it's not viable as a career sometimes for
Okay.
certain people. For certain people,
Yes.
not there's certain people for who it really works, but in general, folks in street dance will rather just work on their own companies and do their own thing.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what they mostly do. All right, so tell us we have this little clip here of Groove, which we
Yes.
want to show. So tell us a bit about we could you want me to show it and then you just tell us about it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I said, do y'all want to groove with us? Lay back, so how neck back. Kick it! Kick it! Kick it! All right. Hey. All right. One big clap. West side in the air. Shake 'em like you don't care. If you could crip walk anywhere. One big clap. Last big stomp. Everybody, it's time to do the bus stop.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, what you said this is on August? This is it's in Montreal. So, tell us where it's going to be at, so people can register.
Yes, it's going to be in Montreal, August 31st and September 1st at Maisonneuve Theater at Place des Arts, the
Oh,
art
Place des
complex
Arts.
Place des Arts in Montreal. Groove, basically, it's two companies, two Dutch companies. The Ruggeds Breaking Company, which they had one of their dancers in the Olympics. I think he got in the top 8 or top 4 in breaking. And also the other dance company or collective called the Ghetto Funk Collective, which is a locking group, straight locking dance. So it's two dance styles that are meeting each other. And also there's other dancers. Those dancers are very multidisciplinary, so they can do different street dance styles. And the premise of the show, it's a voyage through soul, funk, and hip hop. It's a mixture of these different dances, party dances too, and dancers are moving, but also sometimes dancers are becoming musicians and musicians become dancers. It's a mixture of a lot of things, but the main premise, it's a voyage through soul going to funk, funk going to hip hop.
Okay. All right. So, are there any shout outs that you want to give your people?
Well, I would invite
Sponsors?
first. I would invite everyone to come through at the festival. The festival is from this Tuesday, August 27th, all the way till September 1st. We are at Place des Arts, and there's more activities coming up from Thursday all the way till Sunday. We have different stands. There's going to be a block party, concerts, different concerts, battles, workshops, initiation to street dance, food trucks. I mean, there's so many activities to be done. There's an art exhibition. There's a lot of things to be done, and it is strictly street dance culture focused. So our point is really to bring people into this universe that sometimes is not attainable if you're not inside of that community.
Okay. All right. So, everybody, I expect it's going to be a success. Is it a charge to come in?
Uh, Most of our activities are free except for our three main international battles and group show. So our three main international battles are Jolt Breaking on Thursday, the 29th, Jolt Hip Hop on Friday, the 30th, and Jolt Popping International Battle on Sunday, September 1st. It's at Club Soda. And the other paying event is Groove, of course, in the theater. But the rest of our activities, 95% of our activities are free. It's outside. We have a lot of things happening.
Wow, and food
Yeah.
and all that else, all that
Yes,
fun
yes,
stuff.
yes, yes.
All right. Well, I wish you all the success for this, and and everything else. So, where can people follow you on social media, or they keep up with you guys even after the show?
Hmm. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So what's your social medias that people can keep up?
Oh yeah, my social media, it's Higher Black, HYABLAK. That's my social
Okay.
media. That's my Instagram. And for JOAT, it's GOAT, JOAT dot festival. So JOAT dot festival. That's for the festival Instagram.
All right. Well, I do want to thank you, Joe. You got to come back next year again and tell us what's going on, and and keep everybody updated, because this is something like, wow, people.
Mhm.
People, there's all different style. It's not called breakdancing. It's called breaking,
Mhm.
as you saw in the Olympics, at the Paris
Mhm.
Olympics. So these guys are working their way up to something, or they do have careers. They either end up opening their own studio or something after. So reach out to HYA, and he could lead you in the right direction if you want to start a career in that. And I'm pretty sure he's all open. He'll oh, come on
Of
in
course, of
if you
course.
want to do
Come to
that.
the community. Yeah, of course, of course. I'll welcome
He's in
everybody.
Montreal. I guess for people in Toronto, but I guess you could find out from him. You must have some connects up here or across anywhere else anybody wants to
Yeah,
start a career in that. All right.
yeah,
So, anyways, I do want to thank you, Haya, again for coming and talking to us about the journey, and the journey's continuing on. And I thank you for bringing awareness to everybody here at our Real Life Matters tonight, because then now people are more aware of those, how many different styles of breaking. People probably only thought it was one style, but now we're getting to know it's not.
Mhm. Thank you.
All
Thank you
right,
for having me. Thank you. Thank
no
you for
problem.
having me.
All right,
Yeah.
good night and bye for now, everybody.